Hey, on the channel from WWE Mattel Elite Series 125, we crush them again with Demolition. Crush!
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Elite 125 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, the return of Crush from Demolition. But for all your Demolition Crush needs and a whole lot more, make sure you end up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And what can you say? Crush back in the Mattel fold, back with a Legends contract, and we did get an Elite version of this figure many moons ago, just like Axe and Smash, but now we get the new shiny update here, and there's a lot of differences between these two, where Axe and Smash had some differences, but I think Crush has a few more, and we'll do some comparisons later on in this video as well, as we usually do here. But we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. And Crush, a man of many gimmicks. It's weird. I think of Crush, I always think of Kona Crush first. It almost feels like it's a totally different person, and I guess it is a totally different character, his time in Demolition. But I do enjoy both of them. I enjoyed the Third Man Demolition when I was a kid. People older than me weren't a big fan of it, it sounds like, but for me, hit the sweet spot. I was all for it here. And I always liked Crush, be it Kona Crush, Jailbird Crush, and that's one of the fun things about Crush under a Legends deal. I guess just like Axe and Smash with their other gimmicks, but we know Crush has quite a few gimmicks that he can give us throughout his whole career. You get Evil Crush, Kona Crush, Jailbird Crush, Brian Clark, Brian Adams. I wouldn't be shocked for an NWO Build-A-Figure in the future. There's a lot of meat on the bone for old Brian Adams Crush here, and we're going to start it today with this Demolition figure. Now, this one is very different in the head sculpt department, and I feel like it was San Diego Comic-Con or somewhere along the way. We heard that the original mold or something like that for Crush Demolition figure was broken or not around anymore. They couldn't find it, whatever it was. So they had to start from scratch. Was it a bad deal to get a new head sculpt for this Crush? So definitely some differences as far as the head sculpts go with this Crush here. But let's dive into it. Let's start with the packaging. New packaging, as we know, for 2026 here. Crush Glamour Shot. Mattel Elite 8 and Up WWE logo. Crush does not say first time in the line because, once again, this is a bit of a re-release of a prior one. 125 on the side. There's a little Crush showing everybody his tongue, and he just got through a sucker. Yes, I just got through it. Look at it. Look, it was a red one. That's what he's saying. Little action figure shot, or I should say a glamour shot of him in the ring doing his thing as Crush. And then on the back, there it is again. You get the tail of the tape, the blurb, and then you got the big cross cell down below. Possibly the most diverse Elite line in quite some times. I love this. You got some brand new talent, some current heavyweight talent, plus Legends all in one set. A little bit of something for everybody here. Very, very fun. And of course, Demolition Crush from Parts Unknown. Beautiful this time of year. Hard to find, but beautiful. Height 6'6", weight 315 pounds. Finisher, the Demolition Decapitation. Career highlights, World Tag Team Champion. The monstrous Crush joined Axe and Smash as the third member of the most dominant tag team of their era, Demolition, and an all-timer tag team if there ever was one. Dare I say the definition of an all-timer tag team. No baggies with Crush. Nope, no baggies. Give it the old heave-ho shuffle. See you later, goodbye. Plastic prison, what you see is what you get with Crush here. But we got the Mattel twist ties locking old Crush down. Makes sense. You got to lock him down. You got to lock him down. We know how that goes. And we've had quite a few Crush figures as of late. Now, not Demolition Crush, but Figure Collections has given us some Crush figures lately. I am very interested to see where we go next from Mattel. As of filming, we haven't got an announcement, but I am fairly certain that Mattel Revealed or WrestleMania, we'll get the answer to what the next Crush figure is for us. There's got to be something around the line. Would have to think Kona Crush makes a lot of sense. We'll see where that ends up going, though. And we've had Crush before. As a kid, we got him in the Hasbros. We always remember the Hasbro days. Never forget the Hasbro. Oh, we got a twist tie at the hand locked in there tight. A dual twist tie. We'll never forget that Hasbro Jakks Classic. Gave us a few of them as well. See you later. And then we got Crush during the Bone Cruncher era. We got Jailbird Crush back then. See you later. Goodbye. So Crush, no stranger to action figures, but you know we're ready for a new Crush here, and this is the start of it. Can't wait to get some Ultimate Crushes in the future. Like I said, there's a lot of meat on the old Crush bone, if you ask me. But let's dive into it here. Let's start with the accessories. We get a Fist of Fury. We get a gripping hand. Same thing we get out of the package. Choose your own adventure. Got those going on. Now, we do get the Demolition mask here, and it is rubber banded in, and you can see it is deflated, is smushed down. Might have to take a hairdryer to this. Might have to do something with it, as it is a little bit of a mess. I'm not sure how well this fits either. Let's see. This seems to fit better. Nice. Okay, this one fits better than Axe and Smash. That was one big gripe I had with that set. That Axe and Smash, we waited so long for them to come back out. Obviously, we're going to have much better Axe and Smashes than the one we just got recently, but I wish the helmets would have fit a little bit better. This, I am thankful to report, does fit very well on Crush's head. So this is the way we want it to be. So the mask fits very well on Crush here. So looking good, and looking good is Crush, this brand new head sculpt for him. It no doubt looks like Crush. Behind the mask, behind the makeup, it looks just like him, showing off that beautiful teeth there from Parts Unknown. Some of the best dental work comes out of Parts Unknown. It's like Mexico, Todd McFarlane. You always see every day, there's people lined up at the border to go to Mexico to get their teeth done. Same thing on the opposite side of the country, of course, Parts Unknown. I can't disclose the location here. Might be close to my house, maybe, maybe not. The people lined up every single morning to cross the border into Parts Unknown. They're getting their crowns, they're getting braces, they're going for their cleanings, whatever it may be, because the dental work's so much cheaper over there. It's a wild thing. Check it out, look into it if you need a root canal or something. Who knows? But looking very good here for Crush. Got those big white teeth, got the big open mouth, got those fiery eyes, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, and a mullet you could set Billy Ray Cyrus's watch to back in the 90s. Looks like he's going to have an achy breaky heart if there ever was one, but quite the mullet on him. That's a full-on power mullet is what we call that around here. Looks good, though, in the paint department. Red, black, and silver attack. Looks like a guy that's ready for business, no doubt. And then you get the Rob Halford wear over the top here, representing Hellbent for Leather, Judas Priest back in the 70s, looking very good here. You got the same stuff we saw with Axe and Smash, though, as you can imagine. The forearm gauntlets, guards here, and then the vest over the top. The silver and black attack riding pretty strong. Black knee pads down here, black trunks with the white dots all over it. And I guess dots, I don't know what you call them, studs, probably more like it. You do get the studs on the boots here, the big old boots in black, looking very nice. You got the straps off to the side, looking pretty darn good. Now, articulation, arms all the way around, bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, hands removable, back force side to side, head back force side to side. I will say with his mullet, and like I said, it's a power mullet, it does give him a little bit of a forward lean when you put that vest on there. So I wish it was just spaced back a little bit and then down. It is a little tight, so it makes it look like he's kind of sogging his neck down a little bit. Your mileage may vary. Waist articulation, you do got the ab crunch here, very barrel chested in the ab crunch. Very noisy articulation on this one, not as smooth as ones we've seen in the past. You do get the thigh cut, but oh man, right off the bat, ooh, we got some Vietnam. We got Vietnam. They're shooting a flare at us right here. This right leg extremely tight. Now you can get your splits going on fairly good. Left leg, it's just, I don't know, it's extremely tight. It's like there's just not enough room in there. So very, very tight. You're not going to get much movement out of those legs. So that is unfortunate. So once again, Vietnam coming after us. I better double check. Yep, Vietnam says it on the boot. So it's got to be real. Got to be real. But very, very tight in the hips. We've seen that before, but we've had a reprieve from that as of late, but back in action here. Double jointed pin knees on this one. You guys that love your pins, you're like Todd McFarlane on the couch. Pins are in, you always say. You're wearing your pins are in t-shirt here today. They're not in around this house, Todd McFarlane. That's for sure. But it is blocked by the knee pad. So once again, I always say, hey, I want pinless, but if it's blocked and I wouldn't see it either way, it might as well be pinless. So I'm okay with it, I guess. We do get the boot cut, and then you get the ankles, back force, side to side, up and down. Should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10%. Oh, these Demolition figures, the last round of Demolition figures, were very tough to get on a stand as well. It's just they don't work their whole game. Their whole game needs worked out. What, Todd? You volunteer to help them on their whole game? Well, if somebody wants to help them, I'm sure they would oblige, but oh my gosh, extremely tight, really forcing it in there, using all my might, but there we go. I got it in there, but Crush's hole, pretty tight, Todd. But you say you could charm your way into his hole, so we'll see what happens with Todd over there. But there's old Demolition Crush back in the saddle again. I know some people are very excited for this, but a lot of people are more excited for the Kona Crushes of the world and stuff. But there's room for all those crushes in my heart. And we do got this one here, which is a good start to match with Axe and Smash. But we do get the Crush of the past, so you can see the differences here. Quite the differences between the two. Very different in the head sculpt department. Interesting times. The body's very similar, though, between these guys. Obviously, full-on pin on this one here, but we do get the old classic one, and then we got the recent Axe and Smash. So now we got 2 sets of Axe, Smash, and Crush for my collection. I got one I'll put with my tag teams, and then one I'll put with my 80 stars, I guess. Separate them, make them as different as possible. One set will have the masks on, one set mask off. That's how I'm going to display them in my collection. Be interested to hear how you're going to do it in your collection, but happy to get some new blood back in the line here, freshening things up. It's really a magical time to be a Mattel collector, where you get all the modern talent that's really killing it, doing their thing every single day. The Codys of the world, the Roman Reigns, the Jacob Fatus, all those guys that are mainstays on TV. But then we're getting new talent from NXT. We're getting first-timers in the line. And then you got the legends mixed out throughout the line. So really a glamorous time. A glamorous time. I said it. Todd McFarlane for Mattel right now, and for Crush. So there it is. What's your thoughts, though? You picking up this Demolition Crush? You need somebody like Crush in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel and all the content it does bring. So much action figures, so little time is what it is. And we got tons of extra content over there on YouTube, or on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. So check it out, support the channel, all that fun stuff. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, each and every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Crush, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?